Hey up everyone, so today on the channel I'm going to be talking about my top 5 NRL Grand Final chokes. The other day I did my top 5 NRL Finals chokes, but I've always associated Grand Finals and Finals games differently. I think Grand Finals are in a whole different echelon to a Finals game, so I'm going to start with my 5 biggest NRL Grand Final chokes. Coming in at number 5, it's Balmain against South Sydney in 1969. In that 1969 season, South Sydney were going for 3 premierships in a row. They had a team stacked full of internationals, and at the same time, Balmain, while they were a good side, were they weren't even on the same level as South Sydney in terms of the playing talent. But in that grand final, Balmain won the match 11 points to 2 to claim their 11th premiership. They frustrated South Sydney, they slowed the game down, they tried all sorts of tactics to get over South, and it remains one of the biggest grand final upsets of all time and one of the biggest chokes as well from South because they had such a stacked team. Coming in at number 4 is the 99 grand final between St George and Melbourne. St George and Melbourne had played in the qualifying final just 2 weeks before this, and this were down in Melbourne and St George battered them. In the grand final, St George were up 14 points to nil at half time. In the second half, as we all know, Anthony Mundine dropped the ball over the line, which would have sealed the game for St George. Melbourne come back, won the game by 2 points, courtesy of a penalty try, and once again, St George blew another grand final because they had it in the bag. Coming in at number 3 is the 1995 grand final between Canterbury Bankstown and Manly. Manly were dominant minor premiers that year. They'd only lost 2 matches for the entire year. They also set a record for the most consecutive wins to start a season, which hasn't been broken. I think they won 15 matches in a row to start the year. This grand final was played at the old Sydney Football Stadium. Canterbury finished in 6th place, had to win 3 sudden death matches just to get to the grand final. And in the grand final, they won 17 points to 4. They kept Manly scoreless. Manly didn't even score a try. Didn't even score a single try, and they've been dominant all year. So Manly against Canterbury comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Parramatta against Newcastle in the 2001 NRL Grand Final. Parramatta had one of the most dominant seasons ever. They lost 4 matches for the entire year, set all kinds of point scoring records. However, in the grand final, they were down 24-0 at half time, ended up losing 30 points to 24. And coming in at number 1, need I say more? Penrith against Brisbane in the 2023 NRL Grand Final. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the reasons behind why this is number 1. I don't have to elaborate on it. But anyways, that's my top 5 NRL Grand Final chokes. What are your top 5 NRL Grand Final chokes of all time?